Welcome to the Blue Sofa. This episode is going to be different than the other episodes because in this episode I want to talk about 2024. Now we are just entering 2025, so this is going to be a reflection both actually on 2023 and 2024 because 2024 has been nothing short of a wild ride. It has been a year, and partly also 2023 has been 2 years, maybe for you 2 years, maybe for you only 1 year. But definitely it has been a period where we have been challenged. Like many of us have been challenged to our core, but we've been forced to reshape our businesses and to reinvent our identity. But also we've been led to reveal a deeper personal truth within us and thereby a way more intentional and aligned life. So I want to use this episode to first of all reflect on the collective changes and the transformations of 2024 and 2023 and talk about why this is not necessarily a business problem, but actually an invitation to growth and to opportunities and transformation, and also explore how this winter season, like how this very introverted, reflective season of our lives actually sets the stage for future success, but in a way more aligned and soulful way. I want to, of course, share a little bit about my own 2024, but I also want to share the more common themes from my clients, because even though when I look back and reflect upon this year, I can see that my clients definitely have some other themes going on. Generally, it's the same process. So even though my transformations have been in maybe not the business area, but other areas of my life, the same transformation, the same journey, the same struggle has been part of my client's life. I don't know about you, but if you have felt that 2024 was kind of overwhelming and maybe you've been through like some kind of transformative process yourself, you think it's just really difficult and challenging to navigate this, what feels like an endless winter in your business or life, then just know that you are most definitely not alone. I've talked to hundreds of people this year and they can all share a story about how 2024, 2023 to some degree have been pivotal, have been changing, life-changing, and have helped them to realign in a very deep and exciting way. I feel for myself that my deep transformation started maybe in August or September 2023. So I find myself in a very introverted period, almost for 1.5 years now. And I feel the last month, I feel the energy's changed and I started to be more extroverted again, wanting to communicate more, wanting to, create a podcast like this, wanting to really step onto the stage again. And all the things, all the feelings, all the thoughts I've been thinking have been from what is wrong with my strategy all the way till, do I need to be a stay-at-home mom? Because where's my purpose? And none of that was really the truth. The truth was, and that came when I allowed myself to accept the fact that I'm in a winter season, and winter season doesn't call for a lot of doing. It calls for a lot of being, and it calls for slowing down, and it calls for being way more indoor. I live in Denmark, in Scandinavia, and when we have winter, it's dark and it's cold outside, and we cozy up inside in our couch. We drink warm warm chocolate or warm tea, and it's very, very cozy, and it sets the scene for conversation, it sets the theme for reflection, and you wanna curl up in each other, you wanna move closer together. But once I accepted that, I allowed myself to slow down. I allowed myself to shorten my work days. I allowed myself to take more time off. I allowed myself to move more slowly, more intentional. I allowed myself to engage in way more conversations, deep conversation, intimate conversations. I allowed myself to be more present in my relationships and really nurture my foundation within me instead of being out in the world and building my empire, so to speak. So I feel like this year have definitely been a very, very insightful year, but it also been a very exciting year. It's been a year of a lot of contrast because I've been questioning every single thought and strategy and vision and purpose. But at the same time, I have had like massive breakthroughs, financial breakthroughs. I have had business breakthroughs. I have breakthroughs in my relationship. I mean, my love life have been amazing, blissful. And at the same time, we have lost family members. We have family members who are critical ill, and we have had family members who have been in hospital, and my nervous system have been challenged because it's been so much for my heart to bear. And all of that have led me to, again, be way more present because I felt it was the right thing to do. What I can see is that health, family, and the foundation within me have been the themes for me in 2024. It's been what I have been needing to take care of. It's been what I've been called to give focus, to give energy, and to give my presence. So obviously I work with business. So when my clients comes to me, it's because they want to grow their business or they are experiencing some kind of challenge in their business. But the funny thing is that when we talked a little deeper, when we investigated a little more into why they had a business setback or why they weren't like feeling so driven anymore in their business, or why they kind of lacked purpose or lacked direction in their business, it wasn't actually about their business. It was always, like for myself, a deeper, more personal transformation at the core. And I heard a very interesting reel the other day. Actually, one of my friends, she sent it to me because she's very much into astrology. And I'm no expert in astrology, but I've been using astrology for, oh my God, many years, just to get like a forecast for the year. She's very much into astrology. So she sent me this reel, and this very talented astrologer, she talked about how 2024 have been an ego death and a rebirth of a way more soul-led and aligned version of ourselves. So she said, and I'm sorry I can't remember her name, but I'll be sure to link to her just in the description of this podcast. Anyways, she said that we had a vision, and I think all of us as female entrepreneurs, we have a vision. We have some kind of vision. We have an intention. We want to go somewhere. Most of my crowd they're ambitious. You know, they have like this heart's desire and they want to go there. But since 2019, I think she said we've been going through a death. Like part of our identity had to die. Part of our ego had to die because, as she described it, we've been chasing dreams for the wrong reasons. And the whole meaning of the last 4 or 5 years have been for us to understand that there's a right reason to want to build an empire. There's a right reason to want to create passive income for yourself. And that reason is not your ego's reason, it's your soul's reason, it's your purpose. And that's what we have been facing. We've been facing a transition in identity. We've been facing a death of our parts of our ego to be able to step onto the scene and to be able to be seen in a way that is way, way more aligned and way more intentional. So it totally resonated with me. And I know, because I had this conversation with like my inner circle, that we have been feeling this. We have been feeling this transition. We've been feeling this ego death. We've been feeling this rebirth for a long time. But we just didn't have the language or the words or the insights to actually describe this. So we thought, oh, there's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with my business, or there's something wrong with my relationships, or there's something wrong with my health, or there's something wrong with my family life, or whatever area of your life have been your struggle. We told ourselves that, but here we are 1 year after, and we're still here, right? And we grew, and we learned a lot of new things. And we became another person. And that's the interesting part, is it's not so much what happened the last year, the last 2 years. It's way more, who did you become on that journey? What did your personal challenges, what did they help you to confront? What did they help you realize? What did it help you to transform in your life? I feel we are just in the beginning of something new. And I feel that all the challenges, all the struggles have helped us to become a stronger version of ourselves. Way more humble, way more heart-led, way more soul-aligned, and way more balanced, actually. And that's how I see it. From all the clients that I have been talking to, from my inner circle, from my best friends to my family, to my husband even, is that all of the struggles that we've been going through, because we chose to take care of it, we chose to slow down, we chose to actually look into the darkness, look into the hard parts of this, we were able to transform, and we are starting to see the light. We're starting to see it. It doesn't mean that everything have to dissolve. It doesn't mean that nothing can work in your life. I just feel that we have to accept the fact that growth will never ever be linear. It will never be like, oh, and now I just create this massive transformation, because I don't feel the energy wants that at the moment. I feel the energy wants to blossom, but in a natural way. And it wants to unfold, but step by step, small steps, not like huge transformations. Again, because we are just like coming out of this rebirth. So we have to figure out, who am I now? What is this new version of me? How do I navigate life? How do I navigate business? How do I navigate being me? How do I navigate my relationship, my love life, my mom life, my dad life? Being this new version of me, being this more centered, being this more soul-driven version of me. And I don't feel we can go back to how we lived life in 2019. I don't feel we can go back. Something new have to show itself, and we need to follow along, right? And at the same time, we need to keep on creating and keep on having a grasp on that vision. But the path to unfolding this vision has definitely changed. And instead of trying to figure out all the time how to do it, what to do, I mean, the whole point of the last 5 years have been to surrender and to be present and to allow this new form of being in life to show itself. It's so normal that we think that whenever we have a challenge in our business, it's about our business. And I'm not saying that it's always like this, but I'm just giving you some food for thought here. So we often think that it's a business problem. We have a problem in the business, it's a business problem. But often it's not. Often it's a transformational threshold. So it's an invitation to look at where in your life do you need any kind of transformation, and actually slowing down. So I know when we have some kind of challenge, it could be health challenge, it could be relationship challenge, it could be business challenge, we want to go directly into solving it. The thing is though, when we do that, we try to solve a problem from the same energy that created the problem. And that's the energy we want to let go of in 2024 and move into this new era of life, business, the world basically in 2025. So instead, we want to slow down. We want to embrace the emptiness. And we want to let go of the hustle mentality to be able to create progress. I'm not telling you this to sound like I have everything figured out. I'm just telling you this because I reflect back on what I can see from this point of view, right? From going through it all and looking back. So what I want to say is, it reminds me, this process we've been through, it reminds me of the nature's season. It reminds me of how we have spring, then we have summer, then we have autumn, and then we have winter. And we have been in summer, we have been in spring, we have been in autumn, and now we are at the end of the winter season. And winter might seem cold, it might seem like nothing is going on. But I want to remind you that even though you are in a winter phase in life, it is a very, very important phase to be in because it's a transformational process. And this is the darkness. This is where all creativity and all light are born. So being in a winter season, no matter if you experience this here in 2024 or, any other time you experience a winter season, it can teach us a lot of things. So the first thing that winter season teaches us is that success isn't just about the external wins. It isn't about how much you harvest. It isn't about how many seeds you planted or how many flowers you have in your garden. It's also about inner alignment, and it's about being able to slow down, surrender, and be within yourself to find direction and to find purpose and to really connect with your own soul path and then start walking that path. And it doesn't matter if it looks a little crazy to other people. It doesn't matter if you cut your revenue or if you cut your working hours or if the way you grow doesn't seem logic. This is not about logic. This is about alignment. And just because you are in a winter season doesn't mean that it won't be spring again. Winter season teaches us patience. It teaches us to trust the process and trust the season you're in and trust that this season also has something amazing to offer. And it teaches us the value of reflection and realignment to find direction. For many of my clients, actually stepping back, slowing down, helped them to find clarity again. And it helped them to find the courage to actually step into the next chapter and do that in a very purposeful way, and a way that is way more aligned than the way they used to run a business. So even though 2024 wasn't just a challenging year, it was definitely a transformative year. It does come with a lot of gold, I feel. It pushed us, forced us to slow down. It forced us to reflect and to realign with what truly really matters, and allow yourself to take that path, It also taught us that winter always leads to spring. And then I want to remind you that nobody goes through struggle. Nobody goes through challenges. Nobody goes through a complete transformation, I want to say. Nobody goes through that for nothing. There's always a purpose. And since you're here, since your purpose is being an entrepreneur, since your purpose is to build something that changes other people's life, you can be absolutely sure that 2024 have been an initiation and have been some kind of stepping stone for you to be a way better leader, for you to carry your message, for you to actually be that person who are able to create changes in a way that is way more potent than what you would have been able to do for 5 years ago. So challenges are not a bad thing. It's a beautiful thing. And 2024 almost begged us, right, to step into a way more soulful leadership in your business and life so you can live your purpose on a bigger scale. Now, before we close down this episode, I want to invite you to share your 2024 story with me. I would love to know, what challenges did you face and what transformations did you experience? And do you feel like you are fully ready for the new year? Are you just like transitioning into the new year? Are you like ready to go break through 2025 this year? Or do you want to like ease into the new year? I'm definitely on the ease into the new year boat, but I would love to hear from you. So share with me on Instagram or even on email. I'm here to really hold space for your entrepreneurial journey, no matter where it takes you. So thank you so much for joining me on the blue sofa one more time. Have an absolutely amazing day and enjoy 2025. I'm sure it's going to be yet another amazing, wild ride.